Alright guys, so on this channel we've covered all different types of earbuds, which also means that we've covered every version of AirPods. And outside of the AirPods Pro, I'm not a huge fan of the regular AirPods for a number of reasons. I think they're overpriced. I'm not a fan of the open air design because I feel like the way that they just sit in your ear makes them loose. They wiggle around easily, and if you want to use them for doing anything active, they don't stay in your ear very well. So the product that we're going to check out today, which is the brand new Sudio Neo, I think addresses all of those issues. I think it's a better experience altogether, and it comes in at half the cost because these retail for $79. And right now on their website with the code that they gave me, which I will have in the description below, you can actually pick them up for $67. And I think right now on Amazon, they're only $65. So already right off the bat, you can get 2 pairs of these for the price of 1 pair of AirPods. So I think that already brings really good value to these, but we'll check out the different colors they have available. We'll see what you get inside the box and some of the features and see if it's actually worth the $79 price tag. So let's go ahead and start with the different colors. They decided to send me all 4 colors that are available. You see that they're available in the white model, a black version, a hunter green, and then one that they call sand, which I thought was gonna look pink, but it actually has a beige color to it. It kind of leans more towards like a rose gold. And for some reason, this is another thing Apple doesn't realize. People like to have options. So I do like the fact that there are different colors you can choose between. But the one thing again that I think makes these so much better than AirPods is it comes with these little silicone wing tips. And that helps keep them in your ear. It helps keep them from moving around. And it also makes it where you can just go use them at the gym or go use them running or riding a bike. And you don't have to worry about them falling out because the grips do a very good job. And the fact that it comes with 4 different sizes makes it easy for people with smaller ears or larger ears. You're not just stuck with that one size fits all. But if you do like the AirPod style without the grip, you just simply take these off and then you can just use them normal like a regular pair of AirPods. So some other features that I really like about these is it does use a 10mm dynamic driver, and you mix that with the fact that they designed a vent onto these, which for those that don't like the idea of having their ears closed in, that vent allows for a more open sound. You don't feel the pressure of having an earbud jammed into your ear, and it also adds to that open sound. So if you like having that open sound or hearing your environment, these do an excellent job with that. But we'll talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the sound. Now, as far as the IP rating on these, they do come in rated at IPX4, which basically means if it rains or they get splashed on or if you sweat, you don't have to worry, but you definitely do not want to submerge these into water. Now, moving over to checking out the case of the Neos, the first thing that it's going to look like is an AirPods case. You can see the brand Sudio right on the front. It actually has the pairing button on the bottom, and then it has your USB-C input on the side. And then the only other thing on the case is it does have a single indicator light. That way you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. But when you start to open these, and one thing I do want to point out is it still does have that little satisfying snap that AirPods case has. You can see that the Neos fit in here with the silicone tips. So I do like the fact that you don't have to take the tips off just to get these to work in the case, because I do know that there are some aftermarket tips that you can buy for AirPods, but they don't fit in the case and you do actually have to take those off. And so that just means that's one more thing you have to keep up with. So this is nice that it's just all in one. So once you find the grip, you would just be able to put it in and not have to worry. Now, I do want to point out that the case on these is not a Qi wireless charging case. There is no fast charge feature. So I really would have liked to have seen that on these because the battery life is 4 hours on the earbuds with around 20 hours using the case. And the battery life may not sound impressive, but it actually is on par with what AirPods give you. Now, moving over to checking out the earbuds themselves, you do see that it has the stem style design to them. There are dual mics on the earbuds. Now, there is no smart sensor, so these do not pause when you take them out of your ear, but they do use touch controls and they do allow you to control everything. So you have your play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards, and you even have volume control, which is another thing that AirPods don't have. So I do like the fact that these allow you to control everything, but I still really kind of wish that it had a smart sensor. And I kind of feel that way about any earbuds that don't have an ambient mode. I just like the fact that if I take my earbuds out, it'll pause and I can carry on a conversation or hear what I need to, then just throw them back in and have them auto resume. Now, as far as using them individually, you can use either the left or the right. And then as far as the microphones, this is actually an area where I was really impressed. Because going up against AirPods, which are kind of known for their microphones, I think the Neos hold up, and I think most people are going to be happy with these. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here is a mic test using the Sudio Neos. Like I said, I think it picks up my voice very well. I feel like it's clear. It does sound a little tinny, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because I feel like the sound is definitely where these separate themselves from the AirPods, because these have bass impact that, in my opinion, AirPods aren't capable of. Because if you're using AirPods or that style of earbud where you don't have any kind of seal, the bass is always gonna lack because it's just leaking into everything else. Having this little bit of silicone grip and having that little bit more closure is giving you more impact than what AirPods can do. And so bass impact is good on these. I still wouldn't say that this is gonna be for bass heads. This is not going to be as strong as having a regular style earbud that's pushed in a little more, but I was very impressed with the bass that these produce. Now, as far as the mids and the treble, this is obviously where these stood out. There's a lot of focus on clarity, so I had no issues with male or female vocalists. I had no issues with hearing different types of instruments. And again, blending that into a very open sound just made these really enjoyable to listen to. But as much as I enjoyed listening to these, I do still have to go back to some of the cons that I have. I really would have liked to have seen a Qi wireless charging case or at least a fast charge feature. It would have been nice for the earbuds to have smart sensors. And then really the only other con that I have is still the fact that open ear design earbuds are not my favorite to use. Again, I'm always gonna prefer normal earbuds, but I think this is definitely a solid choice for people looking at AirPods or people that don't like having earbuds jammed into their ears or having those silicone grips just block out a lot of the sound around you. I know that there's a lot of people that can't use those type, so I think this is an excellent alternative. It can save you money, pretty much give you the same experience other than the fact that, AirPods working with Apple devices, having that instant connectivity. Obviously, these are not going to have that, but I had no issues with watching movies or videos. I had no dropouts, and I think this is an excellent value in that $65 to $75 price range, which again puts them at almost half the cost of a pair of AirPods. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Sudio Neos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.